Oh, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic. It's been a while since I've streamed, but I am back. All right, I am back in full effect. Uh, and I always got to come back to that weekly Shonen Jump greatness. You know what I mean? I was gonna make sure. I was gonna make sure that I'm here at the very least for that weekly Shonen Jump greatness. Again, things have been busy. I've really been trying to stay at some sort of streaming schedule. I caught up to most of the series that I've been reading. I still have to catch up to Dr. Stone. I still have to do a Haikyuu read through. I think I'm going to do the Haikyuu read through tomorrow on Tuesday, in tandem with my Your Lie in April read through. I still have to get back to Yona. There's so many things that I have to get back to, but I think this week I'm gonna do what I want to do and what I need to do. So I'll get back to that stuff. But that's neither here nor there. This is a video for My Hero Academia, chapter 175. All right, chapter 175. Let's go. Let's get into this greatness. All right. You read My Hero. I love My Hero Academia. I think it's one of the best manga in Jump. I know shouts out to Orpheus, young Orphe on Twitter and on YouTube for creating a whole bunch of things. Kind of being honest, like the chapters recently have been pretty good, but they don't put My Hero in like top 5 very like currently. You know what I mean? But they've still been enjoyable chapters. I still really love them. But I can understand how people are not like, oh, these chapters are as good as like, some of the stuff that's been happening in Black Clover or some of the stuff that's been happening in Hunter x Hunter. You know what I mean? So I get it. Because I think very recently, Hunter x Hunter has been like, the fire. So let's get into My Hero Academia chapter 175. We can talk about those other chapters when we get to another manga, when we get to those videos. All right, so let's get into it. But Hunter x Hunter though. Okay. Let's get into it. Chapter 175 is entitled Morning, the Day of. It feels good to be back in that manga, man. Feels good. So everybody's getting ready. They're doing a thing. Eddie's is Aries, Eri or Eddie, however you pronounce it. I used to say Eddie, but she's thinking about what's it gonna be like and everything like that. Dope stuff. At long last, tomorrow's the school festival. Gotta close up the gym. So let's do a final run. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Man, that's ridiculous. See, like, this is what I'm talking about. That humor is like, that's funny. That's funny humor. Just a ridiculous panel. And then Aoyama exits stage center via Midoriya. Roger. Midoriya, still looking sloppy. Go, feel it. In the beginning, we were nervous since we're all amateurs. The band and the dance squad are looking like real pros up there. Coach Ashido sure knows how to whip them into shape. Of course, she'd give it her all for something she loves. I feel like I'm not trying to read into that, but that was Kirishima that was saying that. I'm not trying to read into that, but I ship them. I do. I'm sorry. Like, I ship them. That's what I do. Okay. They will be together. I know this. I can see it. We ain't gonna let the band be the only group killing it with this performance. Well, now I'm simply nervous. No weird ad-libbing tomorrow, okay? Huh? We don't want anyone getting thrown off. You're so harsh. She doesn't mean just you, Kaminari. Then Midoriya leaves the stage and scampers up to the ceiling to get Aoyama into position. He'll rise up on those ropes. And now the only thing left, it's already 9 p.m. Students gotta leave by 9. Grr. Yikes, we're leaving. Before the festival begins at 9 a.m. tomorrow is to go to bed and wake up. Wait, let me read that again because that sounded awkward. Before the festival begins at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Something's up. I don't know why I'm reading this. Like, it's odd. It doesn't transition well. I don't know if All right, yikes, we're leaving, all right? Before the festival begins at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. is to go to bed and wake up. What? That's so weird. I don't know. That's weird. It doesn't read properly. It's odd. Maybe I'm just like not reading it properly. That's probably what's happening. 11:35 p.m. I can't sleep. Keep it down. People are sleeping upstairs. Everyone's sure in high spirits. It's best not to think about it for now. If we start feeling nervous or shy, it'll hurt the performance. Once we're on stage, we just gotta roll with it and have fun. Shy? I seem to remember someone getting all red in the face. That's completely different. Let's see. What Jito's saying applies to a lot of situations, really. People can do great things when it's for someone else's sake. Yeah. The rope's all frayed. Wow, it must be because we practiced so very long and hard. It is proof of our strong friendship, yes. Sure, but it could be dangerous. Sorry I didn't notice until now. I'm just gonna say Momo. Yayorozu, but Momo. Can't my Momo create some more? I can't read that. I gotta zoom in. She would be most pleased to help. Okay. But Momo Yao is already asleep, and she ain't your personal factory. I like that. It's truth right there. Some truth right there. Well, right, like Momo's not a commodity. She's like a person and with feelings, and she gets tired, and she needs rest. Leave her alone. Well, everyone treats me like their personal generator. No one respects men these days. Oh, yo, Takoshi. I love this panel so much because it's like, it's like, yo, get out of here with that. I really love that panel. All right, Horikoshi. I mean, you had that tasteless joke, that Mineta joke, but I really like this panel. I think this is a funny panel because it's like those like men's rights like activists who what about men? Men don't get anything. I'm like, dude, like get out of here with that. You know what I mean? Like as like. You know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, like Kaminari, they shouldn't treat you like a generator. They should not, right? Like they should treat you like a person who's helping, right? That's kind of the point, right? Nobody's saying that you should be treated that way. It's like people should respect you too, but very clear that like women get treated like dog turd. You know what I mean? So, but I like that panel. I really do. I'll buy some more first thing tomorrow. I got my personals training, plus some other shopping to do anyway. Hang on. We're on at 10 a.m. And most stores don't open until 9. There's a hardware store about 15 minutes from here. I'm pretty sure they open at 8. Actually. It's still cutting it close, man. Great, we'll pick it up tomorrow. But listen up, fellow Nightbirds. We're gonna pull this off. Yeah! And so, 6:30 a.m., day of the school festival. There you are, Midoriya. Hatsume, you're so dirty. Just a bit of grime. Anyway, I knew you'd be out here, even on the big day. The things you asked for, they're ready, so consider this a delivery. Whoa, they look great, thank you. But I really didn't need them until after the festival. Well, I have a 36-hour nap scheduled today, but equipment designed to match 20 to 30% of my power was unwieldy. You can make them this compact nowadays? And the design should match the rest of your costume perfectly. Because I'm a designer who wants satisfied clients on the first try. Awesome, I love them. They should help me pull off what I've had in mind. Here's the manual. Later, let's try them out. 7:50 a.m. Getting used to these took up all of my time. I trained for too long. I hope I didn't forget my student card. Okay, so Midori is running through like sort of festivals like set up. I thought they'd sell it at the convenience store, but I guess it's not always in stock everywhere. That took a long time. I better hurry. Got the rope too. Okay. Whoa. Watch yourself, young man. 8:30 a.m. Pardon me. You came out of nowhere. And just when I was enjoying the aftertaste of the Golden Tips Imperial. How foolish. How unlike me. I meant to avoid unnecessary interaction at any cost. Let's be on our way, honey. Honey? That's right, I'm honey. Golden Tips? That's the tea Yayorozu brewed for us. Oh, guess that old house is a cafe or something. I never knew. Gentle? One would have to know of Golden Tips Imperial to reach such a conclusion. So young, yet so worldly and worldly. Impressive, my boy. Not really. I only know about it because my friend made some. That voice sounds familiar. Hang on. Oh, a friend with refined taste. In that case, huh? Refined taste? An elite school? Oh no, this boy attends UA. You keep fine company. Yep, I know some great people. That voice, plus the tea. So they call it the elusive and rare tea. Elusive and rare tea. Thanks, Yayorozu. Yayorozu. I choose a variety based on the scale of the job. A wake-up call, not just for you, but for my viewers, but for the whole of society. You gotta be kidding me. Musing about tea? Really? What a blunder. I couldn't help myself. Hold on. Is this your big job? Don't blame yourself, Gentle. Nothing we could have done, but now it's too late. Zing. If any alarm goes off, we gotta call the whole thing off. Whatever do you mean? Please. I saw your video. La Brava. Start recording. Please. Don't do this. Stay away from my school. 8:32 a.m. 1 hour and 28 minutes until Class 1A's performance. This is going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. I don't know what this thing was that when they the panel where like there was like a sort of like connection between the two. I don't know what that was. That was odd. It might have been like an activation of his ability, but you know, it could have just been like one of those sort of like aesthetic sort of choices that mangaka usually do. When there's sort of like a connection between like two characters, you know, and there's this sort of like sharp line that goes between them, and the sort of like spark or like sort of like around their heads. So it could be that. But that was an interesting chapter. I actually liked that chapter. I thought it was good. Again, this is one of those chapters like it does what it needs to do. It doesn't try to do too much. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I've been busy. I couldn't even do a Kingdom stream this weekend. Like I was busy this weekend too. Like I just had stuff to do. But I'm gonna get back on it. This week I'm gonna be on it. Every day I'm gonna stream something. I'm gonna make sure that, you know, they might be shorter streams, like some of the streams might be like an hour, but I'm gonna make sure that I stream something because like I gotta get back on it. You know, I really love this channel. I love like the subs that are on. I really love y'all. Like y'all are great. Y'all are the main reason why I do this. You know, otherwise I could just read manga by myself. You know, but the reason I do this is because I get to talk to y'all. I get to, you know, have a good time. You know, see how, you know, talk about the stuff that I really love, you know, and I got to get back on it. So today is like, you know, I'm getting back on it. I'm going to react to as many chapters as possible. And tomorrow I'm going to do a stream for Your Lie in April. That's going to be a pretty dope stream. Then I'm going to do another stream for, I believe Wednesday, I'm going to do Solanin. Solanin is going to be Wednesday. Then Thursday is probably going to be, I don't know which manga that's going to be, but I got to think about it. Thursday, I'm not sure what manga that's going to be. I got to look at my list and see what I put on there. Maybe Oisumi Pum, but I'm not sure. But Friday is going to be a new manga. Friday's going to be a new manga that I'm reading, Paradise Kiss, which is by the same manga as that wrote Nana, which I adore. I hate like forgetting the name of the manga for Nana. Like, I'm terrible. I know it's like I something. Yazawa. Sorry. I always forget that. Yazawa, right? Or Yazawa, however you pronounce it. But I'm pretty sure it's Yazawa. So I'm gonna start reading that Paradise Kiss. I'm looking real forward to that. It's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be on Fridays, and then Saturday is gonna be like Kingdom, and whatever streams I do with my guy Nakamanga, who's another YouTuber. So that's pretty much the gist of what I'm gonna try to do. Thursday, I'm not sure. I know I have something now. No, Thursday is probably gonna be like a comic book. I'm gonna be reading. I'm gonna add comic books to the mix. So I'm gonna be reacting to comic book volumes and trades. I don't really do single issues because like I just, I might do them if I do single issues, they'll be digital. So I'll use like Comixology or something like that. Like I have an account for that. So like, if I'm gonna be reacting to single issues, digitally. But most of the time I'll be reacting to trades. Unless it's something that I really, really want to read, like, from very quickly, or they just recently came out and the trade's not around yet. Then for that I might just be, I'll be able to like react to like the issues, to the single issues, like floppies as they used to call them. But yeah, but this chapter was cool. This chapter was cool. I enjoyed it. I thought that ending was really cool because like this is the thing, right? This is kind of like a thing that Midoriya consistently does. He meets the enemy like, just kind of walking in the middle of the street, doing some mundane thing, and then all of a sudden, like, he's like, "This is the enemy that I must face." You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of funny. It makes me kind of laugh, and I think it really does. It's a great way. It's almost JoJo-esque. In the sort of like part 4 kind of sense. But I also really like that, like, it sort of makes fun of like the, typical like superhero, supervillain thing, like the way that they meet and stuff like that. Usually when that happens, it's this big thing. They've already heard about one another. There's a sort of setup for the match that is going to be, that is going to be, you know what I mean? Like, but this is just like, it's just really like ridiculous and kind of like it's just funny, it makes me laugh. And so I thought this chapter was cool. It was cool. It's another like sort of like and I have to give this chapter it's a 6.5 chapter. It's a cool chapter. It's good, but it's not like wow. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a good chapter. It does what it does. I enjoyed it, right? I think a 6.5 is cool. But the 7s and the 8s and the 9s, like though, and the 10s, like those will come. I've given like some chapters like solid 10s. Like some chapters are just phenomenal. In the slice of life stuff, like some of the substitute teacher like chapters. One of those chapters I thought was brilliant, and I gave that a solid 10. So I think that stuff is really good. There was that one chapter. I think that was the one with the joke. That would have been like a solid like that might have been the one with the joke. No, that was like before that chapter with the Mineta joke. I gave that one to me was like a 9.5 or a 10 or something like that. It was so good. It was so solid, and it did such a phenomenal job at like showcasing what makes My Hero Academia phenomenal. For me, and yeah, so this chapter was like a 6.5 for me. I thought like there was some good stuff. The Jito stuff is always great because we hadn't seen her in a while, in terms of her development and stuff like that, the character. I love the sort of little thing that they did with Kirishima, and talking about Ashido always like fights for the stuff that she loves, and like Kirishima is like inspired by her, and I really like that. I think that's like phenomenal, and I think that's one thing again like with My Hero Academia that I really really appreciate is the ways in which like certain people, right, like role models don't simply have to be dudes. Right, and you would think that like it's a simple thing to like understand, but it's like people have a really hard time. Like there are a lot of people who don't like. There are a lot of men that like for whatever reason do not have like outside of maybe let's say like their mom or something like that, or someone like that like raised them or whatever. Like outside of them, they don't have those role models. Like most of the role models in my life, and people that I like respect and looked up to and still look up to, are women. Most of them. Like like I would probably say like 80%, 85% of the people that I look up to are women. They are like 85. That's like the majority, like the large majority. And there are like, you know, some dudes that I'm like, yo, like I really look up to that dude. I really look up to that dude. But you know, like usually like, you know, my father, you know, in certain instances, you know, like brothers, you know, some like my brothers, like, you know, like my brothers in certain ways. You know what I mean? Like in that sense. Certain people, certain maybe one or two professors that I thought were like phenomenal, you know, bosses that I've worked for, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But most of the people that inspire me are women. And that's why I really love that like My Hero Academia does this thing where Kirishima's sort of role model is right is Red Riot in a lot of ways, but in a very like more sort of personal way, his role model is Ashido, right? Ashido. So I really love that, and the fact that All Might, the greatest hero ever, his mentor and role model was a woman. I think that's like, yo, that's such a different thing to do. You know what I mean? Most role models for like dude heroes tend to be dudes, you know, and it's like, okay. But like, I think that is such a great thing. I think that's really phenomenal. And I think it's sort of seriously understated. But I think it's one of the, you know, it's one of the reasons why like Horikoshi's manga works in certain ways. I do think that Horikoshi can do better. In certain instances, give the woman more fights, right? Like give him more spaces to do the things that the guys are doing. Like that's why I thought like the last arc could have been a 10 out of 10. But the reason why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10 and I thought it was more like an 8.5 was because I was really disappointed with the way that Horikoshi dealt with that. Because in the school festival arc, he did a phenomenal job with that. But, you know, in other arcs as well. But like here, yeah, in that arc, you know, the sort of like precepts or whatever, I guess it was called, like that arc with the Yakuza and everything like that, it was just kind of, it was weak, you know, in that sense. So I want to see more of this, right? I love the development that's happening here, but I want to see like more of Horikoshi, like doing stuff with the women, developing them, not only in the slice of life stuff, because I think that's cool and it's awesome, but I want to see these girls fight. I want to see them put in the work, throw their hands. You know what I mean? I want to see Ashido throw those hands. I want to see Uraraka throw those hands. Jiro, throw those hands. You know what I mean? I want to see, I want to see all of that. You know, like it's gonna be awesome. Hatsume, get Hatsume in the fray. She got all those gadgets. Come on, let's go. So I want to see a lot of that. I think that's gonna be awesome. And I really love the Mineta like Kaminari sort of panel where he was like, man, men don't get any, help at all. And I'm like, dude, like the society is built so that men like lead, you know what I mean, and are in power, and it's like, what are you talking about asking for help? We're already you like, what are you talking, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of ridiculous. That's not to say like don't help people, but it's like to say that it's like, man, men have it so hard, man. They're not doing nothing. It's like, yo, like if you look at stats and you just look at, and I'm not a super believer in stats, because I believe that like stats can also be manipulated. Stats can be used in certain ways. So I'm not like a believer that like, oh, if you just have the stats, everything's okay. Like, no. But it's like, look at all the men that are in power positions. You know what I mean? That literally dictate the ways that like, certain corporations move, right? The food industry, the media, right? Television, film, and then if you go, like a bit lower, right? Like, whatchamacallit? Like texts, right? Books, comics, whatever. So I don't want people to go, so that's why like that panel made me laugh, because I think Horikoshi in some ways is sort of like making a commentary there. That's like, yo, dudes, like you really complaining about that? Like, get out of here. So that's why I thought like it was great that like Momo needed some rest, because they were like, they were really like using Momo up. Like Momo like was really being used like in a lot of ways, like overused. And I'm not like again, I'm not saying Kaminari shouldn't be used should be used that way. He shouldn't. And he has a right to be like, hey, like, yo, I need a break too. Like, yo, Kaminari, take a break, man. Like nobody's telling you don't take a break. Nobody's saying like don't do that. I'm like, it's like, yo, take a break, dude. Like you need a break too. We're not saying like, oh, Momo should get, take a break and you should take a break. But it's like, but that comes with like, oh, Kaminari, he's a dude, he'll be all right, he's strong, he's da. Right? It's like there are all these layers that come that work there. And that's why I think that panel is so small, but it does a lot. It does a lot. So again, I'm not saying that brings the chapter up to like a 8 or 9 or 10 or anything like that. I'm just saying that like those are little things that I really enjoyed. But I still think that the chapter as a whole is like a 6.5. It's a good chapter, it does some great things, but the punch, it isn't there in the same way that like it's been for other chapters. Maybe if someone said it was a 7, I can understand that too. But for me, it was a 6.5. That's how I feel about it. So yeah. And it was cool. It's like Static Shock is awesome. Black Heroes, man, Static Shock. You gotta read some Static Shock. I love Static Shock. Static Shock is amazing. I probably should end it here. Yo, chapter 79 is gonna. I'm gonna read chapter 79 in like a little bit. Yo, Sombra, what's up, man? I gotta make Sombra a mod. You know the deal. Let me make sure. Of course. But yeah. The next stream that's gonna be soon. I don't know why. It's Made in Abyss. Like, look, I think like the majority of the Made in Abyss anime bored me. But I think some people told me about like the sort of like tail end of it, like maybe like the last like 3 episodes or something like that were really, really good or whatever. Maybe 4 in total. Like, I don't know, but everything before that was just boring to me. It was just kind of like, and I think like if you like video like JRPGs, then Made in Abyss is particularly great in that way. But for me, like I like JRPGs, but like I want more than that. I mean, like there were just some things about it that I just did not like. That I thought like, certain things were paced in such a way that it was like, oh, we're playing this video game, you got to go on this journey, so let's like deal with this stuff quickly so we can do the journey, so we can start the journey. And I'm just like, yo, like that bothered me because it felt like they were trying to do an anime sort of like story, but also this video game kind of like, sort of rushed kind of beginning where like where the characters have to start this journey very quickly. And we don't get a lot about like where they live and what's going on and who they're interacting with and stuff like that, kind of like, trying to think of a game that's kind of like that. Kind of like, it's kind of like the way that sort of like, if you look at like a Golden Sun, the first one, or a like Tales game, like earlier Tales game, you know what I mean, like a Tales of Symphonia or something like that. It's like there's some great stuff there. Later on, it gets really, really good. But like at the beginning, like the very, very beginning, when they're like still in their village and like they got, you know what I mean? It's like they're trying to move very, very quickly because it's like we got to get out into the world. We got to do all the stuff. You got to see all the stuff as gamers and as whatever, as and readers or whatever. And viewers, you got to see all the stuff over here, but here in this little tiny village, and like that to me is like, that bothers me because it's like, I care about that stuff. That stuff is what makes, for me, that's what makes like sort of the characters. And so when they sort of move into other sort of spaces and they go on these journeys, I care because it's like they've, they sort of express certain things that I genuinely care about. But I felt like with Made in Abyss, I didn't sort of feel that. And I felt like some of the characters were there just to kind of, fill up space. And that kind of bored me, so, and some of the action stuff is like, okay, like this is like, whoa, this is like for real. But it's also like, I know, I get it. It's a seinen, generally seinen or manga are generally like that in anime. So that's not like, for me, it's like, that doesn't do much for me because it's like, yes, I've seen this like before. But I think like, I'm pretty sure that people have told me that like the stuff later on is really good. So at some point I'm probably going to check it out. So I think like for me, the way I would sort of critique it is like the parts of Made in Abyss that I saw kind of bored me, but I'm not sure. I'll go check out the other episodes and make sure that like I have a full sort of like text to look at, right? So that I can really sort of say, okay, like generally I did not like this thing, but the stuff that I saw I didn't like. But some people said like there was this character that was introduced and she was phenomenal and and the story was great and everything like that. So I might check it out and I'll see. I'll look forward to it. And Vinland Saga, yeah. Oh, there was a black hero, but he was like, yeah, but it was like, he tried to do the, Horikoshi tried to sort of speed up his sort of backstory, and it was cool, but I felt like Horikoshi could have done more. You know what I mean? Like, you can always do more. That's how I feel about that. Yeah. I mean, I still haven't read Vinland Saga. I got to read that. I got to end the stream here because, like, I'm going on for way too long, and I got to get to these other manga. I got a lot of Weekly Shonen Jump to read. All right, so I'm going to end the stream here. Okay, so I can get to the other stuff. And I got to read The Promised Neverland because, that's going to be good. It's going to be good stuff, man. All right, so I'm going to check out I'm going to start reading Vinland Saga at some point. I'm going to start doing some live streams for that. Once I finish another one of my things, that's what I'll do. I am going to end the stream now. All right. I'm the Black Manga Critic. Thank y'all for coming through. Shout out to the Professor Hitomi, Tsunami, John Boy, Sombra, Hypo. All right. Shouts to all y'all for coming through to the stream. Reptar. Shouts out to Rugrats. All right. Shouts out to Rugrats. Yella in April, man. I gotta read that. Oh, Yella in April. Whew. I mean, where I'm at right now, I'm like waiting for heartbreak. I'm just waiting for it. But so far the manga's been phenomenal. Chapter 14 of that manga, ooh, right there, man. Got me. Okay. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank y'all for coming through. And I'm gonna start the stream for what's next. I'm only gonna do a few today. I'm gonna do some others tomorrow. But the next one I'm going to read is Hunter x Hunter, I think. So I'm going to read that next. All right. And then The Promised Neverland after that. It's Hunter x Hunter, yo. Hunter x Hunter, yo. Woo. I really should be reading The Promised Neverland next because I'm looking forward more. I'm more looking forward to Hunter x Hunter than Promised Neverland right now. But, I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shouts out to you. See you in the next stream, all right? I'm out.